Things just changed so much for my life personally that I just don't trust people. Hey, what's going on? This is Jsean once again. All right, so I had some technical difficulties right there, and I can't help. I have a monitor right here so I can see myself, and I keep looking right there. I don't know if on camera it looks like I'm looking down, but I definitely am. This is me looking at the camera. I was just looking at myself today, and I was like, dang, man, like I look a mess, straight up. I don't care if you, I'm sick too, so sorry if I'm sniffling or anything like that. I don't care if you're a male, female, you're older, younger, whatever it is. You always have to have pride in yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to dress and present yourself in a way that someone else sees fit, meaning like if your style, whatever your personal preference or style is, that's just what it is, and you own it no matter what other people say. Now, I don't recommend being different just to be different, like on purpose. To me, that's kind of clownish. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. I just think you should be yourself. And if it happens to be different, then good for you. You know what I mean? So, and yes, I know this is super weird that I'm doing this. Again, especially me being a guy. But you know what? This is just me being me. This is what I would be doing even if the camera was off. You know what I'm saying? Minus me speaking to somebody or something. I would have to do this anyway or get a female to do it for me. And at this point right now, I just kind of wanted to have a chat. Sometimes when I do these talks, you know, like I said, I don't really want to touch on too many like political and religious type of things, but it all depends how I feel. I may want to share that, but I'm a pretty private person to some degree. And with certain things, I like conversation. I like intelligent conversation. I like to be enlightened. But I don't know. Right now, I just wanted to speak on this because I got to take this out anyway. And I know it look crazy, and that's all right because we always can't be perfect 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty much rambling. Basically, I guess what I'm saying is when I looked at myself today, looking at myself like this, I was like, man, what am I doing? You know, whether you have long hair like this or you have a short cut or whatever kind of cut it is. I mean, if your style is to look like frizzied up and crazy and not put together well, I mean, that's your business, I guess. But I'm just saying, as far as me, that's not how I really rock. That's not how I get down. I always make sure my stuff is A1. I'm making sure that I'm looking clean, you know, not just for like a camera or something, but for me, you know. And I find that over the years, that part of me is kind of like disintegrating on me for some reason, and I'm not really feeling that. It's something that I recognize. I don't need somebody to tell me like, man, I remember you used to be like this, or I don't need nobody to tell me that. I'm fully aware. And it's something that I'm not agreeing with. It's something that I know I need to get back on my game. So I guess I'm just saying, male or females out there, don't let yourself go. Now, that doesn't mean be irresponsible when you got stuff happening in your life. And a lady, I know ladies' hair costs crazy money to get done. Most ladies, I guess. And if you can't do it, improvise. You know, you may not be able to go to the salon and get all out with the nails and the eyebrows and all that other good stuff. I used to go to shops and stuff and get my hair braided, and I don't do that no more because it's, man, unless you have nothing else to do in your life, you be sitting in there for hours, and it's not something I'm comfortable with. It's not something I enjoy. It's annoying. I just want to get in, get out. I used to get crazy designs and all that stuff, and it used to take just as long to take them out sometimes than to put them in. And I just didn't like the hassle of it. I'm not that picky. I just want it to look clean and hang correctly and all that stuff, and the parting to be good. To be honest now, well, since then I was getting people or female friends and stuff like that. It's not all of them were friends, I guess, and they would do it. And now I don't really know who I could contact now without going to a shop. So my lady who does my hair now, sometimes she does an alright job, but she's not a braider, you know what I mean? So she'll do them where they're good enough, but they don't lock in like what I'm used to. I don't care what anybody say out there. You could say it's my grain of hair. It's not my grain of hair. I've had my hair crazy tight and slicked up with crazy designs and all that stuff. It's just that now I'm just not into that. The less is better for me. The more simple, the better for me. Anyway, I know this video is not about anything at all. I'm literally just yapping and just talking. Just as I'm doing it, I just had a reflection on myself. So I'm all over the place, man. But basically, back to what I was saying is that I don't want this to be like everybody goes through problems. You may want to vent. That's kind of what this is to me. Just have positive discussions, or maybe me vent about a particular situation. But I don't want it to be a downer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be like, oh man, I lost my job today. I'm so sad. Period. Now, I wouldn't mind saying, oh man, I lost my job today. This is just a sign for me to get up off my, and handle my business and start grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of sharing of a story is that one of you may have went through that circumstance, and you don't want to hear other people that's sad just like you. You want to be around people who wants to understand your circumstance, has really been in your shoes at one point or for a particular thing that you're going through, and can help you walk out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important. So I just want everything to be, at top level as far as on this channel. I want everything as far as words that are spoken to a video that I make, anything to be better than just getting by. Getting by is not going to get us the results that we're aiming for, the results that I'm aiming for sure. So I guess again, I'm going to keep saying this in a weird way. I'm just having a conversation with y'all, with you, my camera, while I'm just taking this hair out, because I'm not in no shop and I have nobody at the moment to hook this up. So it just is what it is. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there gonna have a question about my hair. Maybe somebody gonna say, how do you get it braided? What does it look like when it's freshed up and shaped up and whatever else? I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm just doing me, and I suggest everybody else out there just do you. That's it. I know a lot of people don't really get cornrows. They started doing that shaving around your head nonsense with the ponytail and all that. A lot of people, getting locks and all that stuff. That's not for me. I miss having like no hair, to be honest. It's just that I don't know what happened, man, but if I get a shape up with my longer hair, it looks fine. It's not shaped up now, it's like all wacky, but when I cut it all off and I try to get it shaped up, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't hitting. I don't know what it was. I don't know if the age, like some parts, I felt like some pieces were missing or something. It just wasn't hitting for some reason. I don't even know why, but it just wasn't hitting at all, man. Maybe it's because I see myself like this so long, whatever, but I have really black hair, as you can see. It's like pitch black, and when it's all cut down, it was so short that it kind of reminded me of like, dang, my hair is like shedding. It reminded me of, man, I feel greasy and everything, man. So this is just the real me right now, looking crazy rough. But it just kind of looked too see-through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't look black. My hair looked see-through, like you could see my scalp, and it reminded me of having like almost like a buzz cut, a military type cut or something. It wasn't hitting for me, and yeah, I wasn't feeling it. So, and let me know, man. I mean, maybe a female wouldn't think this is too weird, but I know dudes out there probably not watching this unless they wondering something with hair. I don't know, man, but I know this is weird. But I don't know, man. I don't even know why I'm making this video, to be honest. I feel like I'm just looking for, sometimes everybody needs an outlet, and to be 100% honest, my circle, I used to know a lot of people and be out and about networking all the time, super heavy, and over the like past handful of years, like things just changed so much for my life personally that I just don't trust people, you know what I mean? And The difference would be, I don't like nosy people, you know what I'm saying? And me talking to y'all, somebody could say, well, why would you be on the internet? Well, it's my at my discretion of what I want you to know is what I'm allowing you to know and share with you. I'm choosing to. It's a difference versus people fishing around for information and trying to use that information for whatever the reason. I always feel like, even with problems, I don't feel like it's healthy to tell people your problems if they're not going to do nothing about it. And mind you, this is so random. This is, you know how people have barbershop talks? Well, this is like my barbershop talk. I'm just taking my hair out and just talking about anything random, like I was in a barbershop, or we were just sitting in the living room and sparking up conversation with a male or female, whatever. I don't care how old or whatever, none of that. Just sparking a conversation about just something appropriate, I guess. I don't like when people basically, they just be like, you just need to do this. You're like, man, I ain't got no money. And somebody just says, well, you just need to get some more money. Like, yeah, I know that. That's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can cuss on here, but it's like, no shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can cover your ears if you're too young or whatever. But it's like, no shit. You can, I know that. Tell me, how do I do that? You know what I'm saying? That's not being lazy. It's just like, you had your input that you wanted to tell me. Well, if you wanted to tell me something, you should have told me how all the way. Don't be teasing me with false or partial information. And somebody will be like, well, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and give you all the secrets. And then if that's the case, that's cool too. You should have kept your mouth shut and your opinion to yourself, and you shouldn't have asked me about my problems. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I carry it. So I found out through some years ago, everybody who asked me about me, I'm like a mystery to some people, you know what I mean? So I'm so private with certain things, and they ask so many questions, and I started to realize that they're not even asking me because they care about me. One. Two is, they're not asking me because they have any solutions for me. Two. And the third is they just are nosy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, stay away from those type of people. Those are gossipy people. And I know at times when you're with your friends, like I said, this applies to males or females. I don't care how old you are or nothing. Everybody does it or have done it. I'm not perfect. I've done it. And I don't even claim to be that kind of person. But I've talked about people, you know what I'm saying? Even people that I still kind of somewhat talk to or whatever at times. And it's like, you got to catch yourself sometimes, because I know in my heart, that's not who I am. That's a gossipy ass, that's a sucker like type of person. And I ain't that type of person to the core. So when I catch myself, I'm like, man, what am I doing? This not even in my line of character. So I pretty much just catch myself and then regroup and try to start fresh, you know what I mean? So, but just be careful who you tell your problems to. Like I said, if you share something on the internet, just be prepared what can come with it. And that being said, you know how like the police, if you ever get into an interaction with the police, what they say is whatever you say can and will be used against you. That is not to help you in any way. It's to help prove that you're guilty, if anything. So you have to watch what you say. It's never used to uplift you. It's never used to motivate. It's never used to help you. It's literally to destroy you. So you have to be careful what you say. So for me understanding how that part of the universe works, I pretty much just want to only speak like positivity and energy. Now, I'm not saying don't be realistic when something bad happens. I'm saying you can address the negative because that's real, right? But you have to follow it with a positive. And here's a perfect example, right? So when I used to work at this job a long time ago, I never forget this, man. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I was going through something at the job, and I literally told the manager or the boss at the time why something happened or why I didn't do something or whatever. And he pulled me to the side. And at first I was kind of offended, like, you know, how dare this person try to play me? Like, you know, I'm like really taking it personal. But he said to me, and it stuck with me all these years because he was right. He said, he basically just, I'm, you know, saying it in my way now, I guess. He was basically just saying, everything you're saying is just an excuse. And then to me, I'm like, no, but this is really like this, and this happened, my car broke down, whatever the reason is, you know what I mean? He just saying that no matter what you're saying, it's an excuse, you know? And the way you have to carry it is that he also said in the same conversation about a different part was like, whenever you bring a problem, like he was speaking as far as the job is concerned, but I apply this to real life too. Whenever you bring a problem to somebody, right, you always try to have a proactive solution to go with it. And that's how you solve things. That's the kind of person you are. You're the person who brings that energy. So everybody's aware there's a problem, but you're the type that brings a solution to try to fix that problem. You're a go-getter. You're a person who sticks out from the people who just complain. So with that being said, it just stuck with me so hard, because if you are feeling down in your life about anything, I don't care if it's a relationship, if it's a job, whatever it is, you have to, you can, it's natural to just vent it and say, man, I'm feeling so down and this is not feeling like this, or whatever your feeling is, but you got to try to have something to come along with it. So that's what my approach is. I'm being realistic. I'm still talking about the negative part. Damn, my hair look crazy. The negative parts of the circumstance. I definitely don't mind addressing it, but I also want to have a solution to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So anybody out there feeling down, you feeling depressed, you feeling sad, maybe you don't even have a solution. You know what I'm saying? But let me just tell you something. If the negative energy is just life, like what it is, you're just telling the circumstance, a situation, then you have the power to also put something in the atmosphere that's good too, you know, and speak it into existence. You just have to believe in that it's going to work out, you know. So if you're feeling even sad or depressed and real low or something about, you know, I think it's okay and healthy to get it out. But how you get it out makes a big difference. Because let me tell you, you could have just say 10 friends, right? Or associates, whatever you want to call it. And you're looking down and sad. And or they ask you even, like, what's wrong? And then you choose to, and you're holding it in because you're trying to figure life out. But they're so persistent on asking you. You tell somebody, and that's hard for you to tell what you're going through. And you finally tell somebody. And then next thing you know, you don't feel better about it. You may feel better as you're talking, but when they walk away and they didn't have a solution for you, and you don't have a solution, you end up feeling the same or even worse. And then after you tell that person, then you see your next friend. And because you told that person, you're going to tell the next person. And it's like you're reliving your nightmare, the issue that you personally have that you're holding in. You have to keep saying it over and over. So, and everybody's different, and I understand that you handle it different, but I'm just giving my perspective on how I feel about it. So, for example, my mother had passed away. And I'm the type of person where I don't go boo-hoo crying about stuff no matter how sad it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't cry and will never cry. I'm just saying I don't walk around crying to everybody and everywhere to let people know how sad I am. I'm the type of person, I internalize it and I hold it in, not to destruct, but I'm holding it in because I'm trying to figure this out. And unless somebody can help me figure it out, they need to get out of my way. It's like a distraction. It's almost like you got a book, right? An instruction manual. You just bought this new TV and nobody knows how to work the damn thing, but you got an instruction manual. So you really want to watch the show before you miss it or something. And you're concentrating, reading this manual, and you're sitting here trying to figure out how to do this and turn this on quickly. If anybody comes and just says, oh, you're reading the manual, what did you find? I mean, they're not helping. They're literally just being nosy. They're just distracting you, if anything. That's how I look at like life stuff. If you can't help me, then get out of my way, because I'm trying to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm super focused, if that makes sense. So I'm super focused to the point where people just kept getting in my business, asking me all these questions. And it's natural for someone to say, are you okay, right? So my mother had passed. Let me get back to that. And it's natural for someone to say, you're okay, are you okay? But if that's such a sensitive topic, if you have like 100 friends, damn, like everybody gonna ask you okay 100 times, and then you gotta tell them 100 times the same thing, that's not helping me. If anything, just respect the space that I say back up. This is something I got to deal with, and I don't need you to keep asking me 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people are different. Some people like the attention, to feel like you're something, or feel better about like you're not going through it by yourself. But let me be 100% real with you. When you go through something like that, you are going through it by yourself. Meaning, like, yes, your family and others and other people who love that person are also feeling your pain like you. But at the end of the day, you're the one who has the pain. Like, that's your pain. So my father's pain is not my pain for my mother. We have our own pain separately for how we viewed my mother. So my father viewed her as the mother to the children, as the wife and whatever, and I viewed her as the mom, and you know what I mean? So we all have our own way of dealing with it. So the way my father would deal with it wouldn't apply to me. It wouldn't help me because he dealt with it good. It's just we have to deal with it in our own ways, in our own terms. That's just kind of what I'm saying about that. So just be careful who you decide to share. This is taking forever, man. My gosh. You see how I'm talking about so many things? One thing about me, I can talk about anything. I could just keep going. It would just be so much better. I mean, if in the future, if I was to get like a little group of people, or hopefully bigger than a little group, you know what I'm saying? I would love to do like live chat or live streaming or whatever you want to call it, where you're actually interacting with people, because I ain't gonna lie, man. This is kind of weird. When you talk to yourself, in front of, you know, a camera, it is a little weird, but I'm getting used to it. I think I've been recording way too long. I was trying to see if I could do this, like, I'm taking my time too, but I was hoping that I could get all this out while still finishing the video. So I don't know, I'm about half done anyway. So let this be part 1 of me rambling. Just like a Milli Vanilli vibe going on. A little crazy. Oh, before I go, make sure you do everything at top level. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. All right, tune in for part 2. Boom.